Hi, and welcome. You're listening to the X22 Report. My name is Dave, and this episode 3747 and today's date is October 7th, 2025, and the title of the episode is Trump has just set the stage in Alaska. Watch gold, parallel economic system turned on. Now, I don't know if you know this. You're not investing. You're being used. Wall Street, Washington, the Fed, they don't care about your future. They care about control. And as they push their agenda forward, they'll take everything they can from you. Your retirement, your portfolio, your freedom, all of it. The only way to protect yourself is to stop playing their rigged game and untether your wealth from the system they control before it's too late. The simplest way, move your money into a universal asset they can't print, freeze, or devalue. That asset is gold. With Noble Gold Investments, you can roll over your retirement into real physical gold and silver. Wealth that's beyond their reach and in your hands. Go to x22gold.com right now to get your free wealth protection kit. That's x22gold.com. Noble Gold, helping you break free and take back control. Or just click the link in the description. And remember, past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals involves risk. Consult your financial advisor before making investment decisions. Let's get right into the economic collapse financial news. Now, the deep state, the corrupt politicians, the private West Central Bank, the World Economic Forum, you can see Trump now is testing his parallel economic system. Think about it. We're in a shutdown right now. And what does that mean? Well, the government needs funding. Where do we get the funding? Oh, that's right, the Federal Reserve. What happens if we can get the funding from someplace else? Do we then need the Federal Reserve? Trump is already talking about, hey, you know something? We can actually fund parts of the government right now via the parallel economic system. I do believe Trump, at this point in time, is testing the system out. And think about it. When people start to realize that, wait a minute, he's able to fund the programs using the parallel economic system, why in the world do we need the Fed? I do believe that this is just the beginning. Remember, everything that he's doing right now is not to keep everything status quo like it's been since 1913. What he's doing is he's breaking us away from the system that the deep state players have put into place to create their criminal syndicate, to enslave us in their system of taxation. And now he is going to show everyone, look, the parallel economic system, the way it is right now, it can start funding certain programs and certain individuals. Well, they won't even notice the difference. It's almost like having a battery backup power. When the power goes out, it just flips on, and all of a sudden your refrigerator works, your TV works, your lights work. Everything seems to work. And I do believe Trump is going to move way past this. We don't need a battery backup. We need a full system that is operational all the time. And that's where all of this is going. He wants the parallel economic system to be completely and utterly fully operational. And this is why he's continually putting more tariffs on countries. He'll continue to do this. We'll be selling oil very, very soon. We'll be breaking free from China with all the different bare minerals, and we'll be self-sustaining. And in the end, we will not need the Federal Reserve whatsoever. And you could see that Trump, he just did something very, very big. Trump has ordered his administration to fast-track approvals for the Alaska's Ambler Road project, a road that will run from just south of Wiseman and Dalton Highway, which runs from just north of Fairbanks and Prudhoe Bay, to Ambler Mining District, east of the coast town of Kotzebue. Trump approved the appeal of the Alaska Industrial Development and Export Authority, directing his administration to promptly issue authorization necessary for the establishment of the Ambler Road project. This project will provide road transportation access to the Ambler Mining District. This order overturns the Otto Penn Biden administration's order to halt approvals of this project. The president's announcement has detailed list of benefits for Alaska and for the United States. The Ambler Road project is vitally important to America's national defense and economic prosperity. An access road is crucial to unlocking critical minerals located in the current inaccessible area of Alaska, which has been characterized as one of the largest undeveloped copper-zinc mineral belts in the world and contains extensive deposits of copper, silver, gold, lead, cobalt, and other strategic metals. The road will provide essential service transportation and access for more than 1,700 active mining claims in the district, supporting expanded mineral exploration, mine development, and operation. Construction on the road will directly support 2,730 jobs, driving income, spending, and economic growth in rural Alaska. Alaska is projected to receive more than $1.1 billion in revenues from mining license tax revenues, corporate income taxes, productive royalties, and the claim rents associated with this project. So basically what this is going to allow the United States to do is detach ourselves from China, because we're buying these type of minerals from China. And this is going to create jobs. It's going to help Alaska, and it's going to help the country. Remember, everything that Trump and the Patriots are doing right now is to shift us away from the Federal Reserve, shift us away from everything the deep state, the central bankers have set up. Because again, they were never going to allow the United States to prosper. They wanted everything shifted out of this country. And if you notice, Trump is reversing everything that they have done and is shifting it all back to this country. And no matter what the deep state tries to do or the central bank tries to do, where they're shutting down the government, for example, with the new system that he's creating, they will not be able to shut down anything. Because again, remember, the shutdown requires borrowing, funding from the Federal Reserve. The tariff system is not borrowing. You don't need to raise the debt limit. You don't need any of these things. So it removes the entire shutdown aspect of all of this. Think about that for a second. And what you're seeing right now is you're seeing gold moving up. Now, I'm wondering if maybe Treasury Scott Bessent, I wonder if he's basically stopping the manipulation of the gold market and actually making sure the Federal Reserve, because you have to remember who's the boss of the Federal Reserve, it's actually Scott Bessent, making sure that they do not throw paper at the paper market to lower the gold price. Because if you notice, the gold market continually moves up and up and up. The Kobesi letter on X put this out and said, Ray Dalio says 2025 is like the 1970s, and investors should hold more gold than usual. And where is gold right now? Well, it hit $4,000 an ounce. I mean, think about this. Go back to 2008, 2009, 2011, when gold hit 1900. People thought that was amazing. Then all of a sudden, you saw the paper markets, which brought gold all the way down to $1,100, silver all the way down. I think silver at the time hit $50 an ounce. And here we are, we're seeing gold and silver continually moving up. And in the end, I do believe gold and silver, they are going to destroy the Fed, because that is going to be the gauge of what the fiat currency is actually really worth. And when you compare that to Bitcoin, you're going to see two alternative currencies saying, yeah, you know something? Now, I don't know if you know this, but gold has gone mainstream. You're seeing it everywhere. Prices are climbing. Every day, more and more Americans are catching on to the power of gold. But how do you actually take advantage of it? How do you invest in a way that's safe, simple, and built for the long run? That's where Noble Gold Investments come in. Noble Gold specialists are trained to help investors like you go from confused to confident, from wondering what's next to knowing exactly what to do. Whether you're looking to roll over an old 401k into a gold IRA, or you want physical coins and bars delivered right to your home, Noble Gold makes the process simple, safe, and stress-free. You'll get step-by-step guidance, transparent pricing, and U.S.-based service from teams that handle over $2.5 billion in precious metal transactions. With Noble Gold Investments, protecting and growing your wealth isn't just their job, it's their commitment. Visit x22gold.com today to claim your free wealth protection kit. That is x22gold.com. Noble Gold is helping you build a stronger future, or just click the link in the description. And remember, past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals involves risk. Consult your financial advisor before making investment decisions. The fiat currency is worth absolutely nothing. And I do believe these two alternative currencies, they're going to be in sync. $4,000, I think, is just the beginning. Just like when people said, Bitcoin, when it hit 9,000, well, that's the end of that. It's never going to get over 9,000. Remember when it hit 20,000? Oh, that's it. It's never going to go higher than that. Think about everyone going back a little bit in time, all the way back to 2014, 2015, when everyone was looking at gold saying, it's never going to go anywhere. Now we're at $4,000 an ounce. Do you really think it's that far to go to 10,000? I don't think so, especially when you start to look at the fiat currency has lost 98% of its value, which means we saw 3,000% of inflation, which means the fiat currency is worth absolutely nothing. And if you remove the paper market, if you remove the manipulation, gold should be over $20,000 an ounce right now. Because again, gold tells you what the fiat currency is actually worth. And I do believe we're going to get there. But you can see Trump is letting everyone know that the Democrats have shut down the United States government right in the middle of the economy getting ready to boom and the economy actually doing very, very well. This is what he put out on Truth. Democrats have shut down the United States government right in the midst of one of the most successful economies, including a record stock market that our country has ever had. This has sadly affected so many program services and other elements of society that Americans rely on, and it should not have happened. I am happy to work with the Democrats on their failed healthcare policies or anything else, but first, they must allow the government to reopen. In fact, they should open our government tonight. And once again, remember, this is all dependent on the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve loans we, the people, the money. We have to pay it back. Remember, this is a private corporation currency. Trump, during this period of time since he came into office, he's been building the parallel economic system. And the parallel economic system is bringing in currency via tariffs. He's not creating currency out of thin air, which is diluting the currency, which causes inflation or the devaluation of the currency. He's using the currency that's already in circulation and actually just bringing it back to this country. And as he does this, he's building a system which is very, very competitive, and it can go and counter the Federal Reserve. Plus, you never have to raise the debt ceiling. You know why? Because the system is not based in debt. And we're bringing in external revenue. We're not taking the revenue from the people of this country. So if you're bringing all this currency in, and when you start to sell the energy across the globe, and you start to sell the gold card, and you start to sell the technology, you're bringing in currency all around the world, and you're bringing it back to this country. Remember, the deep state, the central bankers, what did they do with the currency? They pushed it out to other countries. Trump is using this new system, is bringing the currency back to this country. And as he does this, do we have to worry about a debt ceiling? Do we have to borrow more money from the Federal Reserve? No, we do not. Which means we don't have to worry about these shutdowns anymore. We don't need to worry about these political games anymore. And Trump now is letting everyone know and going to show the American people, look, the parallel system can run the government. Can it do it fully now? Not yet. But he's testing it out, and he's letting the people see it firsthand. Carolyn Levitt put this out and said, the Democrats are so cruel in their continual votes to shut down the government that they have forced the WIC program for the most vulnerable women and children to run out this week. Thankfully, President Trump and the White House have identified a creative solution to transfer resources from Section 232 tariff revenue to this critical program. The Trump White House will not allow impoverished mothers and their babies to go hungry because of the Democrats' political games. Now, think about this for a second. He's going to divert the tariff money to help those people that are dependent on government. You know what the people are going to see? They're going to see that Trump is helping them. And think about it. If Trump didn't have the parallel economic system, would he be able to do this? No, he would not. I mean, yes, could he divert other money from other programs? It'd be a little bit more difficult. Plus, who are you going to take the money from to give to someone else? That's what people would have seen. But now he's taking this money from this parallel economic system and actually funding those people that are dependent on the government. Now, this is going against everything the D's wanted. They wanted everyone to suffer. Suffer enough, you'll do what we say. But Trump, he's countered all of this. And the only reason he could do this is because he created a parallel economic system. Now it is operational. He just turned it on. And now people can see the truth of the matter. You could see exactly what this new system can do. And this is just the beginning. because this is going to get better and better and better. Because again, like we said from the very, very beginning, his entire mission is to wean us off the Federal Reserve. His entire mission is to stop the borrowing from the Federal Reserve. His entire mission is to stop the Federal Reserve from taking our hard-earned money and giving it to the Federal Reserve. Because again, we are borrowing a private corporation's currency, and they're tracking us, and they want their money. It's a loan sharking system. With the parallel economic system, we have none of this. It all just goes away. And this is something the deep state, the central bankers, do not want to happen. They don't want the people to see any of this. But Trump, he's showing the people this. And what do you think is going to happen to all those people that are dependent on the government? They're going to see that, wow, look what Trump just did. He was able to fund these programs using the tariff money, using this system that the fake news, the D's, were trying to stop. Remember, all the judges, the Supreme Court, and everyone else, they're trying to stop this. Trump is showing the people, look how important it is. This is what they want stopped. The D's shut down the government, but I can keep you going because you know why? I have another system running, and it works. You see no inflation, and we're able to keep the lights on. That is what he's showing the people. And remember, the system is not fully developed. When the system is fully developed, people are going to see something completely and utterly different. And the system, the new one that he's building, is going to overtake the Federal Reserve. In the end, we will no longer need the Federal Reserve. Actually, he's showing the people that right now. Do we need the Federal Reserve? Do we have to borrow the money? Or can we actually fund the government? Now, yes, does Trump have to remove a lot of the swamp creatures in government? Yes. Does he need to remove everything the central bank has put into place? Remember, the central bank loves the government to be bloated because that means you need the central bank. Because how do you pay for all these people? Trump now, since we have the shutdown, he's removing all these people because we really don't need them. I mean, all you got to do is look at Elon and look at Twitter when he took it over. It was bloated. He got rid of many, many people. Everyone thought, oh, Twitter was just going to collapse. Has it? No, it has not. They made you believe that we needed all these people in government. Trump is going to basically cut, and cut. And he's going to make this a very, very lean government, which means we don't have to borrow that much from the Federal Reserve. In the future, we will be able to support this new government with the new parallel economic system that Trump is creating. Because the only reason we need the Federal Reserve now, yes, we know the money laundering, yes, we know the D's, they create all these programs. But think about it, we will not need the money that we need today to support the government. Actually, our founding fathers from the very, very beginning never wanted a bloated government. They wanted a very small, lean government. They didn't want the money going to government. They wanted the money going back to the people. And what do I mean by that? They wanted the money going to infrastructure to help with roads and schools and airport. Well, not in the time of the airports, but now airports, train stations, you name it. That's where they wanted all this money to go to help the people of this country. And the central bankers, the deep state players, they never wanted the money to go to any of that. And we could see that the infrastructure, it's taken a toll on the infrastructure. But Trump now, he has turned on the parallel economic system, and now people see how important this system really is. And I do believe as time goes on, what people are going to see is they're going to see his system get stronger and stronger and stronger. And every day that passes, he's going to say, you know what, we can fund this. We don't need the Federal Reserve. You know what, we can fund that. We don't need the Federal Reserve. You know what, now we can pay for the interest on the debt right now. We don't need to collect the taxes from the people. The parallel system can do this. Eventually, we will get rid of the debt. Eventually, we will get rid of the Federal Reserve. And you know how lean the government is going to be? You know how incredible it's going to be when we're running on a parallel economic system? Well, the people are just getting a taste of this right now. Soon, the people are going to see the full power of his new system. And that really means it's game over for the Federal Reserve. Listen, everyone, thanks a lot for listening. Be well, be safe, and especially be prepared. Thanks a lot.